In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I keep raccoons and predators like birds away from my koi pond so they don't unalive my fish. So I built this koi pond 17 years ago, and in those 17 years of owning the koi pond and taking care of koi, I've learned a few things. I've tried a lot of different things to keep the predators out of my pond, and I've figured out what works and what doesn't work for me, and I'm going to share that with you. Now, everything I'm talking about here doesn't just apply to koi ponds, it applies to backyards and yards in general, and if you've got to keep predators or critters away from your stuff. Now, the knee-jerk reaction I see a lot of time online is just unalive them, and although that would work, I don't agree with that. I don't think we should just be killing everything that comes into our yard, even though they're trying to kill the things that we put in our yard, because there's other methods. Now, the first thing I tried with the raccoons was trapping. And trapping raccoons is very difficult because raccoons are smart. Once they've been trapped once, if you're using the live catch traps, which is what I was doing, once they've been catched once, you can almost never catch them again. They're very smart animals. They will see that trap and not go in them. So I did not have good luck trapping and relocating the raccoons. One thing I didn't try was electric fences. I've seen people use electric fences for raccoons, but like I said before, they are very smart and you need a very tall fence to go around your pond, which means now I can't approach my pond without getting zapped, and you can't have any openings because they will find them. So now let me get into the first method that I use that I have found somewhat effective. You ready to laugh it up? That's this stuff. This is predator pee. Literally predator pee. Not an affiliate or anything. You can see this is an old bottle. I've had it for a long time. I've used about half the bottle up, and you only use a little dot at a time. What you do is you determine what the predator is, and then you determine what goes after them that would keep them out of the area. In my case, raccoons don't like coyotes. Coyotes prey on raccoons, so I use coyote urine in my backyard. Use a tiny little bit, you dab it around, and it works pretty well. The one thing is, like I said, raccoons are smart, and eventually they figure out there is no coyote and they will come into your yard. But when I have noticed raccoons in the area, if I dab this around, it eliminates them for quite some time until they start creeping back in. So this is effective, it's just not 100% effective. Now, to move away from raccoons for a second, the other thing a lot of us battle with koi ponds is birds. Herons and things like that will come in and prey on the koi, and I have lost fish to koi and raccoons over the years. And I've seen a lot of things about putting up fishing line, putting old compact discs on the fishing line, things like that. And I never really had great luck with that. The thing that has actually worked the best is actually an accidental thing, which is this. I put up a shade sail over my pond. I actually did this because I live in the California desert and it got so hot back here that my pond temperature was getting too high. I put this thing up. Ever since putting it up, I have not really had any problems with birds of prey coming in. My theory is that this thing actually blocks a good sight line of it, so they're not gonna see it. Obviously, they could figure it out and come in from the side, but it has blocked it. Now, if you're concerned about them coming in from this side, you could put in a larger sail or you could put in fishing line and whatnot, but I didn't worry about that because now I'm gonna show you the thing that has been 100% effective at keeping things away from my pond. And that is this thing. This is a motion activated sprinkler on a stick. Sorry about the water noise. We're next to a pond. I got one of my pumps running, so sorry if it's making you have to pee. But this is exactly as it sounds. It is a Rainbird sprinkler with a motion activated valve hooked up to, in my case, a hard line that shoots raccoons in the face, and rumor has it, things don't like getting shot in the face with water, keeps them away from the pond. With this thing on, I have never once had lost a fish or even had them get close to the pond because we get shot in the face with water. It also does the same thing for herons or anything else that moves. I'm gonna show you how this thing works. If you're gonna invest in anything to keep stuff away from your pond or away from a portion of your yard, I would go with this. But let me show you how it works and you can determine if this is right for you. So with my setup, it's hard lined in. You don't have to do it this way. This is a standard hose fitting, so you can just run a garden hose over to it and turn it on. I have all my lines buried. I've moved some of my rocks around to expose all this so I can show it to you. I have all my lines buried, so I have it hard lined in, and then I put a separate connector here to make it easy to remove. This is, like I said, a regular backyard sprinkler, coupled with a motion detector, and there's a little solenoid in here that'll open up that sucker and let the water flow through. So let me show you how this thing works in action. So I'm gonna pretend to be a raccoon. I'm gonna walk into the detection range of the motion activated sprinkler. And when it sees me, it fires off just like that. So there are setting knobs on the side of this thing that'll help you determine how long it runs for and also how sensitive it is. And then up here, there's a knob up here that'll change the pitch of the stream. So that'll change how far everything shoots. You can also on the sides here change its left to right. So you can really dial it in so it just sprays right over your pond. Now I did have to do one modification to it to make it work really well. One of my guys down here saying hi to me, I think they're hungry. Let me show you real quick what I did to the sensor to make it work a little bit better for my situation. This might help you too. Now for me, I noticed it was sensing too far to the left and also too high up. So I covered a portion of the sensor with electrical tape to kind of pinch down the field of view of the sensor, and that actually worked perfectly. Now the biggest downside of this is it doesn't differentiate between raccoons, me, my wife. So more than once we have come out the back door with a bag of trash going to the trash cans and gotten shot with the hose. So you do have to remember that it's on and turn it off when you don't want it to be running. Now I have seen people also hook these things up to sprinkler valve solenoids and you can run them on a timer then. I haven't gone that route, but I may in the future. This thing's actually, I've had it in my backyard for probably 8 years so far, and the only maintenance I've had to do on it is it takes 4 AA batteries, and I had to clean the contacts off this year. So it made it 7 years-ish until there was some corrosion on the battery tray that's inside it. That's really all I've had to do. Other than that, it's worked just fine. But the battle against predators and backyard ponds is kind of an ongoing thing. So if you've got a pond and you found something else that works, please leave a comment down below. Help us all out, help me out, help the other viewers of this video out. Keep our finned friends safe and alive. Now I will have a link to the sprinkler on a stick down below, and I also have a link of how I put that shade sail up because I did that on one of the videos here on the channel. So if those help you out, those will be down below as well. So I hope this video helped save some of your finned friends or helped you on your koi pond project. If it did, give it a big thumbs up, do all that subscribe stuff that we always ask for, and of course, thanks for watching.